Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. We're back again. It is Monday, and we are ready to absolutely go for it again this week. We have got some things to talk about today. We're going to go through some reports, some news, but before we go into anything, the most important information that you're going to receive from me in this video today is about the protest, the 25th of February, at home to Southampton, 6 p.m, outside the Bovril Gate, outside Stamford Bridge, is our opportunity as fans to unite together, to galvanise as a group collectively to benefit the future of Chelsea Football Club. Now, there's a lot of people that are currently sat on various different fences within this hierarchy. You've got the ownership, BlueCo. You've got sporting directors, managers, players. Now, for me, it is all about directing this towards the ownership, because whenever you go into any negotiation in life, you don't lowball and expect to get the top result. You can't get the best result if you go in low. So for this right now, we should be aiming this protest towards BlueCo to get the ownership out of Chelsea. These guys seriously do care about their outward-facing public image. They don't want to be seen as this Clear Lake investment firm that Chelsea, in all fairness, is just a little small fry in the bigger picture of what their business runnings and operations look like. Chelsea doesn't mean too much for them. It's a long-term project that can be seen as a slow burner, and as long as we can keep ticking over, keep making money, then all of the investors are happy. And you know what that does? Amidst all of that, our football club starts to become a club that accepts mediocrity, where the mentality isn't to be striving for lifting trophies and seeing medals around the necks of the players. That is no longer at the forefront of operations at Chelsea Football Club. It is about money. It is about profiting. And that is always going to be at the detriment to the on-field success. Yes, maybe there is a world where signing all these young players, they might come good in the future. But that depends entirely on all of these players, and especially the top ones, being like, yeah, I see something to fight for. Now, I don't know about you, but having watched these players in recent weeks, they ain't fighting for nothing. And that's now, let alone next month, let alone next week, let alone next year, or in the coming years. We have got to change it now. And this is the opportunity. From what I'm hearing as well, this isn't going to be the only time that we protest. I know a lot of people say, well, maybe it needs to be one time and we make a big impact there. Right now, all we got to do is put the pressure on. And that's exactly what I'm here to tell you about today, because I want what is best for my football club. So therefore, the 25th of February, 6 p.m, Bovril Gate, outside Stamford Bridge. Be there and be proud. Be proud to speak up for what you believe is best for the future of our football club. And I'm going to say it because we do have a big channel here and we do have an influence of some sort. It's towards the ownership for me. But anyway, let's move into the latest news here. Some of this today is absolutely wild. More GBFC, my new second channel. Link is in the description if you want a little bit more that isn't necessarily the down talking of Chelsea right now. Because let's be honest, I've not really got much positive to say. I would be clutching at straws more than ever before in my YouTubing career if I was to come here with any kind of optimism right now. And listen to this piece of news. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're buckled in here. Arsenal have added injured Chelsea forward Nicholas Jackson to their list of summer transfer targets. All right, I'm going to give Nicholas Jackson a little bit of credit here, okay? Because right now, everybody just hates everybody. And it's kind of understandable. But at the same time, Nicholas Jackson, I don't believe Jackson's a bad player. As much as I've been saying a lot of negative stuff about Chelsea Football Club recently, I don't believe that Jackson has been a bad signing. I don't think he should have been given the mantle of leading the line for Chelsea. I don't think he's at an elite level yet. I do think he's clearly very important for this Chelsea team. And since he's been out, we have looked absolutely toothless going forward. At least when Nicholas Jackson is playing, we do seem to create more chances. We do seem to have more shots on goal. So if anything, Nicholas Jackson being out has opened the eyes of people a little bit more, because as much as we wanted Jackson dropped from the team because he wasn't burying, he wasn't scoring, his form was completely under the gutter, we have noticed since he's been gone that we need him. And that in itself is like, how have the club not seen that we needed a striker? How have the club not seen that we needed some experience when it comes to leading the line, to bring these players up a level when things start to drop? Chelsea are the weakest side when it comes to the mentality. Yes, we've managed to get some points from going behind, but at the moment, it looks as though everybody's heads are just down and out. And I think Nicholas Jackson has probably been the player that we've missed the most above anybody else. Maybe you could argue Wesley Fofana, since he came out of the back line from that injury. We've not had any consistency defensively. I said that with a tongue twister for a Monday morning. But anyway, Arsenal have added Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson to their list of summer targets. I don't really know what to believe anymore when it comes to Chelsea news, but we just give our thoughts on it, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments down below. Internally, Chelsea remain convinced that Enzo Maresca is the right man for the job in the present and future. Now, this comes from Fabrizio Romano's YouTube channel. This is kind of the start, guys, all right? When we start to make noise as Chelsea fans, we're not like many other clubs. When Chelsea fans speak, quite often everybody starts to listen. And I'll say this here on GBFC, credit to Spurs fans, by the way. Couple of thousand of them yesterday outside their stadium protesting against Daniel Levy and his ownership. Fair play. I rate that from Spurs. But with Chelsea, you can always guarantee when the noise starts to heat up a little bit, when the water starts to bubble and we're all looking around and the club are starting to be like, oh, hang on a minute, it's turning. We're going to find out that the club are backing the manager, same as what we saw last season, by the way, with Maurizio Pochettino. We're hearing it now about Enzo Maresca. And look, Enzo Maresca's job, from his own personal standpoint, regardless of what we think about him, okay, Maresca's job is very simple. Keep doing as you're told, and you will stay at Chelsea, you'll be the manager, and you'll get paid. If he speaks up the way that Pochettino did last season by trying to challenge the owners, the sporting directors, because it's clear as day that anyone with a footballing brain knows that we need to change the way that things operate at Chelsea to change the on-field results and to actually put the club on an upward trajectory of progress. We all know that. Everybody does. But the owners are the stubborn ones. The owners are the ones that it doesn't matter what we think is right to see Chelsea heading in the right direction, because money is the most important thing. So right now, we're going to hear that Maresca is being backed. But let's just see if Maresca has got it in him to actually stand up to any of this. Because look, it's clear as day. Even Renato Vega putting in unbelievable performances for Juventus. They're waxing lyrical about this bloke on social media, Juventus, already. Unbelievable, right? And it's I don't know if it was Maresca didn't want Vega, didn't fancy Vega. It's definitely happening above him. Maresca's got no say of anything. He's just got to deal what's put in front of him. And that is where the joke remains. This is from Stevie Chelsea. It's time, Chelsea. Peaceful protest outside Chelsea. I want all the Chelsea that love the club there. Don't make excuses. It's for the future of Chelsea. I absolutely echo this sentiment 100%. And I think sometimes being far away from London sometimes makes it a bit worse, because I'd actually just love to be there, to be able to do my bit, to physically feel this like sense of relief that I'm actually standing up for the right thing. And that is why in the past sort of week or so, I've made it very clear that I want the owners out. I've made it very clear that I back the protest. And yeah, I'm not talking about smashing things up. I don't want to see anything like that. No violence. It should be done in a peaceful way. But we need to identify here. And this is why I think the message can be lost if we're not all on the same page. And like I said at the start of this video, if you go into a negotiation kind of pussyfooting around, you're never going to get the best result. You're never going to get the top desired outcome. So you must go from the very top. If we want to make serious change here at Chelsea, we need these owners gone, because it is as clear as day to me, to a lot of you guys now, and to pretty much anyone involved in football, even Chelsea players that are still affiliated with the club. It's so clear that it is just wrong decision after wrong decision after wrong decision. And we are now seeing the results and the fruits of that in the way that Chelsea are playing, with the plummeting form, the lackluster effort from the players, the lack of belief, the lack of direction, the lack of understanding, the coherence of what the actual plan is. Nobody knows anything, and you can't operate in a functional, progressive manner if that is the case. So anyway, January window was not easy. Maresca is planning with the club for the summer window, talking about which positions to cover. It's going to be an important window. It's going to be an important window no matter what happens, because Chelsea not being in the Champions League and it being another season is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. So if the owners do sell, and look, I know a lot of people are saying, but they can't sell for 10 years. Where's the proof of this? There's absolutely no proof of this. They can't take profits out of the club for 10 years. So when it comes to getting the ownership out, I believe the owners can sell. And there's been absolutely nothing to suggest that they cannot. Which is why, with this protest, we've got to aim for the top. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up now because I don't just want to waffle anymore. I think the message today has been clear. There is a protest. And look, I will continue to speak my mind here on GBFC. I will continue to articulate myself with as much clarity as possible. Chelsea is ours. It's everyone associated who supports and loves this club. It isn't just theirs because they own it and they've got the money. I'm tired of hearing all of this. It's up to us to protect what we love. Without fans, football is truly nothing. The beautiful game is being damaged by treating us like customers and not supporters/fans, whatever you want to call it. We ain't flipping customers. I'm not standing for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.